Howdy folks, this is Tall Turtle here and welcome back to Explain 11. We are going to do the reverse of subscribe request today. A few weeks ago we did Canton of Valais, and we flew from, where did we go from? We went from Lima Sierra Golf Romeo to Lima Sierra Papa Uniform. Today we're going to reverse that. We're going to go from Muenster back to the Reichenbach Air Force, or Air Base, I guess, in Bern, Switzerland. You can look in the description below, as always, to get the call signs, or call names, call letters, the airport codes. Wow. Airport codes in the description, along with the locations written out. Having a hard time today, because I just dropped my kids off for their sleepover stuff. One of them anyway. So I'm trying to sneak in as many flights as I can and spread them out for you. So, Rule Would Rather's turned off because the download failed. And then it briefly worked and gave me a 45 knot steady wind, and I loaded the aircraft and it blew it across the I was gonna say tarmac. Tarmac's not a real word, it's a brand record. You know that. It almost flew across the pavement, and I had to reset weather, and then it failed. So no weather today, which I guess is fine. VFR again though. We've been doing a lot of VFR flying, which I guess is okay, because for a long time we did a whole bunch of GPS flying with instrument approaches. So now we're just doing a whole bunch of VFR flying with visual approaches. I prefer that anyway. Alright, what are we going to do? We're going to hop inside here soon if I can get my keys set up. There we go. Spin around extra time. And then we are going to get going. We will put the destination on the GPS, but we need to use the map to fly the valleys. Because last time when we went this direction, we kind of cut across the mountains and it got kind of scary. So we're going to lengthen the trip on the way back and be a little safer about it. So what do we need to do? We need to remove our chocks, which is going to be here, and weight, fuel, and all that stuff. So we ate fewer M&Ms, we lost a few pounds. Our subscriber is with us to get home. Let's just say they're here. We are bringing my 9-year-old. Again, that's real. That's not a typo. And my 12, well, he'll be 12 next month. He's like here. He's like me. He's the tallest, almost 12-year-old you've ever seen, and the skinniest. And we ate all of our snacks. There we go. All right, half full of fuel should be all we need. Let's see here. I know this is a family-friendly channel, but this lymph flag windsock is distracting me. Alrighty, let's hop inside. When we close the doors in a while. Hop inside. Parking brake is set. Controls to idle. They are. Let's make sure rudders didn't reset. Okay, there we go. Good. Come over here. Turn the battery to on. And check fuel gauges, which is this one. Yes, fuel halfway, like it should be as expected. And then once your lights are on, we can now turn the battery off. And trim to neutral, it always is. Recharge the battery, don't need to because we haven't flown yet. Sparkle fouling, don't need to, we haven't flown yet. Auto switch on the tanks because we need to balance out the tanks with fuel as we fly, and we would forget. Alright, come outside again, use this one, and close that baggage door, which is right there. Alright, hop inside and see if we can close this ourselves. Whoops, wrong one. Sometimes this closes itself. Sometimes you need a little bit of help. And today I think we need a lot of help. Yeah, we're going to use the menu to close the door. There we go. We will latch. Okay, it latches itself, but there's another latch. Where are you? Latch? Right here. There's a latch up there as well. Okay, fuel tank to the left, fuel tank. Come on. Click, I guess. Props forward. Yep. Throttle forward a quarter. Yep. Alter closed, and it is. Confirm avionics are off. Let's actually turn them off for realism. Oops, that's down here actually. And that one is off already. Let's just go over there and have a peek. Yeah, that one already is. Avionics off. Battery on. Nav and rotation beacons on. Fuel pump on. We're in the turbo, by the way. Turbo 4. You can tell by the high T-tail. High tail wing. So we're in the turbo 4. Mixture rich. Full forward. primer up here and hold it because it's the turbo version. Yell clear prop out the window. Close that window. Start it. Just like that. Piece of cake. Confirm oil pressure there and oil temperature somewhere. I don't know where the temperature is. Fuel pressure, yes. Oil temperature right there next to it with the amps. Alrighty, alternator switch to on. Confirm the annunciator lights went out. They did. Throttle's 1400, 1500 to warm up. Sorry, mashed my microphone there. I'm still trying to get the perfect location of my microphone. Check the suction over here, top of left of the 6-pack, right there between 4 and 5. You bet. Lean the mixture so it doesn't follow the spark plugs. There we go. Turn on over avionics. Like I said, we're just going to use GPS so we know where we're going, but really it's a VFR flight. Oh, it was off. I turned it on accident earlier. Okay, what are we doing? Fuel tank, left and then right again, or right, and then left again, and it stays running like it should. Sync the gyros. That's Y on my keyboard. Watch this spin around. It's not going to be Y on your keyboard. You can cross-check it with the whiskey compass. Altimeter barometer, wheel above is turned off because it's not working. 29902 should already be there. Looks like it's off because of the mark, but that's really 29902. Flight plan, very simple. Come in here, clear it out, do a new one, and we're going to where? Lima, which is going to be that. Sierra, which people think is the C, which I know it seems like it. I have to tell my technicians. I usually say Sam for my technicians because they don't get it. Golf and Romeo, where thy out, my Romeo? Behind the bush, hand me some toilet paper. Or Reichenbach, there we go. We're going to go direct there. Boom. VNAV we'll worry about in the air. 25 nautical miles, but it's a lot longer because we can't go that way. We have to go this way, and then this way, and then we'll land. That's it. No radios to tune in. Just this. Piece of cake. Set CDI to GPS so that we can use autopilot with the heading bug, because this will take us into the side of the mountain. This does not matter because that'll take us into the side of the mountain. Okie dokie, no taxi lights in this thing. So we are going to go to the end of the runway. Weather's turned off, but the runway is right there. Oh yeah, I remember taxiing into this place. Yeah. I remember now. It's been a long time. Alright, let's see here. A little bit of fuel, props are forward, and mixture is quite a ways back so we don't foul up. And we're just going to take this neat little bike trail out to the runway. Here we go. And is that really a water entrance there for an airplane? Or is that for like a paddle boat? Because I don't know if this little creek, the creek, is wide enough for an airplane, but maybe in real life it is. I don't know the area. Otherwise, we're mostly on the bike trail. We went off a little bit. We are going to do a run-up today because it's been a very long time since we've done a run-up in this thing, and we might as well. As long as my kids stay out of my hair, you should be good. So let's just go over here and point into the wind, which there isn't any, but we'll pretend we're pointing into the wind. Let's just get off out of the way a little bit here. Alright, for a run-up in this thing, what do? You have to be inside the aircraft, first of all, and it can't be moving. You come down and you set the parking brake, props full forward, mixture forward, throttle to 2 Gs. Is this the one where the airplane takes off? No, that's the other one. There's one airplane when you run up, it actually starts taking off. It's hilarious. 2 Gs, there we go. Meg left, note the drop. Meg right, note the drop. Sorry, I'm yelling, but my headphones are really loud. A little bit of drop. Little bit of drop. I started it again. Confirm gyro suction way over here. Note the oil temperatures. They're still pretty low. Oil pressure is in the green. And note the alt amps, which we can't see, but there it is. Those are good too. Test the annunciator by pushing something. Is it this? Yep. Okay, good. Confirm mixture is still rich. Props back. And then forward. And then back. And then forward, and note the drop. Alt air. Open. Confirm manifold pressure. Down here. Fuel pump off. Can we get to it? Yes. Confirm fuel pressure is still green. That's right here. Yes. Throttle to idle. Should idle smoothly. I think it is. And then we forgot to do the alt air back to close. We said alt air, but we didn't do it back to close. So let's bring our RPMs back up to 2 Gs. Whoa, that's more than 2 Gs. Then let's come over here and do our alt air to close, or open I mean, and then back to close. There, now we are. Now we can idle it. There we go. Well, that's it. That is our run up. Okay. Let's get ready to taxi. Battery switches, alt switches both on, and they are. Fuel pump on. Alt air to close. It is. Props to mixtures full forward. They are. Flaps 10 degrees with his first flaps. Make set to both. Landing lights on. Where are we? Confirm trim. That's already always is. Confirm doors are latched and locked. Pitot heat on. Heading bug set in case we screw up our autopilot, which we're not going to use until we sightsee. Alright, let's get out to the runway here and note the time on the clock, which I don't see. Is there a clock in this one? Is it over here? No. Where's the clock? It has to be a clock, I just don't know where it is. Maybe there isn't. I don't know. Note the time in editing, I guess. And then whatever landing is, and let's get out of here. And rotate. There we go. Alright. Let's stop the wheels with the brakes. And then gear coming in. Let's keep that ascent as steep as we can, and flaps coming in. There we go. Bring back throttles a little bit so the overboost turns off. There we go. Keep our ascent steep. Now we are VFR, so let's pull out our iPad and see where we're going. I think we need to turn around, because where are we going? We are going to LSGR, which is right here. So we need to turn around and follow these valleys. So let me get ready to make a steep turnaround. I would love to sightsee through all this, but it's not going to happen. Where's my ball? Step on the ball. Don't hit that mountain. You can do it. Be mindful of our airspeed. We can't see our VSI because of the yoke. There we go. Boom. Very steep turnaround. Alright, we're still climbing like crazy. Let's look at our checklist here. We want 23 on the manifold, or 28, and 23 because we're doing the turbo. So let's bring back throttles a little bit. So it's 28 on the manifold while we try not to crash into something. And 23. There we go. We'll fine tune that in a second. Alright, one more time. 28, which is about there, and 23, which is about there. Good. Okay. Fuel pump can come off now. We will keep our landing lights on, though, however. I just like to do that. Oh, did you hear the tank switch on their own? See, every 20 minutes or so, the tanks will switch on their own. Alright, so what are we doing? We're not following the little purple line because we can't. We will use autopilot in a moment with heading bug and alt hold when I'm ready to sightsee. But first we have to pull up our iPad and see where we're headed. So we're headed to LSGR, but we can't quite go across. So we're going to keep ascending while we follow this valley. And then if we get high enough, we'll just try, whenever we do get high enough, we'll cut across here and go right into this valley here. Otherwise, before we tried to do this, it didn't work. So we're aiming for this. We're not going to go all the way down here unless we have to, but I don't think we have to. When we get altitude, we'll cut across, aim for here, come down. Our landing altitude of LSGR is 2,600 feet. And we don't have weather turned on, so we'll just take runway 22 probably, or maybe that's 4 actually. That's probably 4. 2,600 feet, we have to remember that. LSGR, let's get some altitude and do some sightseeing. Alright, sightseeing is not working from the outside, so we have to wait till we get autopilot set up here. Anything else you need to do and worry about? Nothing. In fact, we already have our destination information set up, so we are good. Let's just double check our manifold. Make sure it's on 28, it's about 29 and 23 on the props. Alright, let's see. Should we get autopilot set up yet? Are we ready for autopilot and sightsee around here? Yeah, this is what we're going to do. We are going to turn autopilot on, and it's coupled to the heading bug, so we're going to do heading, and I forgot to set my heading bug because I'm an idiot. Alright, heading bug is set right about where we want it. We're just going to follow this valley till we get altitude and cut across. So let's see. VNAV isn't going to do us any good because we're going to be really high and we're going to nosedive down this valley. If we do miss it, we have all this area to turn around. Without weather, it doesn't matter where we approach from. We're just simply going to keep an eye on our map because it's VFR, and keep an eye on our systems because we're flying an airplane that could blow up, and not hit a mountain. That's it. So we'll level off. Gosh, we're going to level off at, we are at, what are we at right now? 9,300. I guess we'll hit 10,000. So there's 10,000. Let's level off at 10,000. So all you do is you get the secret Piper logo. Boom, that's our secret alt hold because real life doesn't have an alt hold. And that would give us a little bit more speed. Once you level off, I will carefully navigate around the mountains using the heading bug. I will use the map on our iPad on our laps to see where we're going, and it's going to be a while. So I guess I'm just going to give you a bunch of sightseeing. Alright, I'm going to update you on our navigation here. So first of all, beautiful scenery, both directions, incredible. But we have to fly plane. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this valley through here. Hopefully 10,000 feet is enough to clear the medium brown. And then we're going to follow it through this valley. And as soon as we see the airport, we're going to land. If we overshoot it, we'll turn around and land the other way. There's no weather, so it doesn't matter. So just a quick update. We won't come down at all until we're probably over here. Because right now, we're not even clearing this stuff. So that's it. Super simple. We're going to keep it simple. And at least we're getting closer because our GPS time is going down, which is good. But we're about to make our right turn here. So let's see. How do we want to do this? Let's use our heading bug. And start making our turn. Almost 90 degrees, so let's go like that or so, and we'll fine-tune it as needed. Hopefully, oh boy, that is a tight valley. It's right here. This is right. It's gonna be close, folks, because remember, in real life you can't get too close to the sides of a mountain because of the swirls of wind. Yeah, it's going to be close, because see that lake? That's the lake right there. So let's aim for that lake. And then once we hop this, it should get better. Or easier. Oh man, it is a tight fit. We probably should be up at like 12,000 feet, but as soon as we got to 10,000, the descent was so shallow that I was hoping we wouldn't need to. So I'm going to be, yep, see, there we go. There's our drop off. That's where we're headed right here. You can see it. We're almost there. I'm carefully going to navigate. One thing I want to say about these lakes surrounded by mountains is my favorite scenery in the world. I've only seen it, a taste of it once in real life, but in photos and things, when you are around a lake or you're sitting at a lake surrounded by mountains, it's just amazing. Alright, a little bit more sightseeing for you, a lot of navigation for me, and then I'll be back with you when we start coming down. Alright, our airport is in sight. If you look right there in the center of your screen, that's where we're headed. But we need to clear the train under us and then come down. We have a view of what we're dealing with here. So we can come down any time. I just don't want to lose sight of the airport. So what we're going to do, we're going to come down and aim for this city. The airport is just after that. So what do we need to do for descent and approach? Altimeter barometer is set. That's fine. Landing lights on. Already is. Throttle back and approach 110 knots. And fuel pump on 1000 AGL. That's for the fuel pump on right now. Landing lights are already on. So here we go. Kill autopilot completely. And bring back throttles. And down we go. Very steep descent, as I said it would be. I guess we could have descended a little sooner, but I was busy sightseeing. But that's okay. We're just going to deeply dive here and enjoy yourselves. Keep those props out of the red, though. Oh, this is fun. This is so much fun. If we don't get down in time, we will circle to land, but we shouldn't need to. Okay, fine, we'll circle to land. We're not gonna make it at this steep approach with this speed. We have to come down to 2,000 feet. We are at 6,500 feet. And since there's no other traffic and weather is none, we can land either way, so we'll just come out and circle to land and land for the other direction. That is fine. But we're gonna buzz the airport anyway, I guess. So we still gotta be careful of our altitude though, because the train goes up steeply beyond the airport. So we have to figure out how we're gonna approach this from the other way as well. Because we're not gonna make it. Our ears are popping, our sinuses are giving us a headache. Our passengers are not happy, especially the children. They'd rather be on a roller coaster than fly with Dad. Alright, let's see here. How are we going to fit in the circle? Because that train comes up so steeply. How are we going to do this here? Slowly introducing fuel so we ease the descent. Pitch back to slow down a little bit. How are we going to come in from that way too? That's a steep descent that way too. So maybe we'll just circle around here and then we'll just land in the same direction. I think we'll try that. Alright, making our U-turn, then we'll fly back up that valley. Keep an eye on our altitude. We're 1500 AGL. We want to stay about 1000 AGL for this. So let's level off a little bit. Throttles to level off, throttles to level off, a lot of throttle to level off. Oh boy. Keep that bank steep. There we go. We're pushing the airplane to its limits here. Because remember, damage is turned on. So if I do too many G's or too fast for things like props or flaps and gear, it will crash. So let me get comfortable on my seat because I was a little shaky there. Let's aim for the shed. We'll turn around. And then we'll come in at about 1000 AGL. Props are, fuel pumps already on. Let's get gear down now. That'll cause a little bit of drag for us. And keep our speed below 100 or about at 100. So pitch down for speed and throttles to keep us from descending. We'll do a little figure eight in this valley. Trim, because I'm yanking all the way back in my yoke here. It's kind of weird. We'll just fly out here and make a U-turn. Alright, this will have to be enough because we're running out of room here. So we'll start coming around here and make our U-turn. Then we'll get flaps in, or flaps out right away. Let's keep our speed from getting too low. And let's turn this thing around. Note that we're 1300 AGL with the airport. We're not 1300 AGL here. Throttles back. Keep our speed down. Where's our runway? Should be any second here. Where is our runway? I lost it. There it is, right in front of my face, actually. And that actually worked out perfectly. First set of flaps. Props all the way forward again because I accidentally yanked them back. Gear down, first set of flaps. Pitch up to slow down. Throttles back to keep our descent. Second set of flaps. I'm not looking at my landing checklist. I'm trying to do it by memory just because I can't look at it right now. We are below touchdown speed. Throttles. We got to clear these trees. And don't let this cliff mess up the actual airport. Look at the end of the runway, the near end of the runway. Do not look at the train. Don't worry about the trees. Final flaps. We're at touchdown speed though, so let's not go any slower. Pitch down, keep that speed up. Do not land on the threshold. We will clear the trees somehow while we race this train. Pitch down and throttles. We gotta get that speed up. Pitch down for the speed throttle so we don't descend too much. Aim for those numbers. We are way too slow, but we should be okay. We have full flaps on this one. Alright, throttles back, slight flare, and just as rough as last time. Actually, it was exactly the same as last time. Could be the density altitude. we are at 2,000 feet, so I keep forgetting to take that into account. So a little rough, but we didn't damage anything because it would have broken the plane since damage is turned on. Whoa, little brake fade there. Okay, fine, you can turn yourself. Jeez Louise. Yeah, we're just too slow. That would have been a great slow approach if we were like at sea level, but not when you're this high up. We should have kept it above 75, but the short runway freaked me a little bit. Alrighty, let's stop here a second and regain our composure. Set the parking brake a second. Whoops, I bumped my microphone. I never did find a clock in here, so I'm going to have to look at editing to see what our flight time was. If I didn't already screw it up, I guess. Let's see. Landing lights can come off. Let me go over here so I can see better. Landing lights can come off. Anti-collision lights can come off. Flaps are up. Fuel pump can come off. And pitot heat can come off. And then we will taxi this thing. Parking brake off to taxi. And we're just going to go to the left, I think. Yeah. Left over here to the right. This airport is jittery again. This happened when we departed from this airport. My frame rates are nice and high because I tested it off camera. They're like in the 60s. But it flickers really badly just at this airport. It's fine at the other ones. I don't know what it is about this place. Alright, so let's come over here and hit the parking brake once we come to a stop. Avionics all come off like so, and turn that off. Where does it over? Turn that off. Okay. Throttles to idle. They are. Mixture cut off. There we go. Makes to off. Turn off remaining lights. We actually don't have any remaining lights in this aircraft. Alternator to off. Yeah, alternator to off. Battery to off. Fuel tank selector to off. And open the doors. So we're going to come up here. Release the latch. Come here. See if we can open without the menu. There we go. Hop outside and do the chocks and the storage, baggage, luggage compartment. Alrighty, rough touchdown, probably due to density altitude, which is exactly what happened the last time when we flew the other direction. So I have to remember when I'm flying high or landing high, we got to get some speed and be careful. But otherwise, generally do pretty well. So I will forgive myself for this one. Hopefully you enjoy the flight. If you have a request for a flight, put it in the comments below. I'll get to it as soon as I can. Kind of a silly VFR flight planned next when I can get to it. Hopefully that is soon. Otherwise, not much of an outro, but if you're a regular subscriber, thank you for taking your support. If not, please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. Hopefully you enjoyed the flight. I certainly did, and I will see you next time.